Good evening. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, I actually wanted to get on here and make a video going over the announced seeding for the upcoming NWA Crockett Cup 2023 tournament. I just finished not too long ago watching the video of the seeding from the NWA YouTube channel. But yeah, so we got 24 seeds, but there are 26 total teams. And there's a specific reason why they have it set up this way, which I will go into. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about the recent promos from the 4 ladies that will be participating in the NJPW Strong Women's Championship Tournament coming up this weekend at NJPW Strong Resurgence. But before we get started, wanted to let everybody know to be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty for an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. If you see something you like and want to make a purchase, be sure to use that promo code BlitzballChamp and you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to take advantage of that nice little discount. Okay, once again, the Crockett Cup, NWA Crockett Cup, will be June 3rd and 4th. It's a 2-night event. June 3rd and 4th, and it will be at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Not too far from me, maybe about an hour and a half or so. But yeah, and I actually punched my ticket to both nights front row, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking out this tournament. Like I said, I got a chance to see the Crockett Cup back in 2019. Definitely had a lot of fun at that one. And there definitely weren't as many teams that year, but it was still very enjoyable. It was a very enjoyable experience, and the Crockett Cup 2019 was how I got to meet Santana Garrett, Allison Kay, who else did I meet? Oh yeah, Satoshi Kojima, Yuji Nagata, I got to meet them as well. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun when I went to the Crockett Cup in 2019, which I was actually first front row for that as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. But not only have they announced the seeding, but they also have the bracket itself that you can actually download. So I'll be sure to show that off as well. And I'll also put a link in the description for the Crockett Cup bracket. That way you can be able to follow along and check it out yourself. But let's go ahead and go into going through each of the teams. So we're going to start just like how it did in the video, from the number 1 seed all the way down to the 24 seed. So, the number 1 seed ends up being La Rebellion, which is made up of Bestia 666 and Mecha Wolf, who are currently the NWA World Tag Team Champions. I'm familiar with Bestia 666, but not Mecha Wolf, but this group as a tag team, not really too familiar with. And like I said, I haven't consistently kept up with NWA like that, so it'll be interesting to see what this team is like, because I've never seen them in action. But they are your number 1 seed for the Crockett Cup 2023. Okay, the number 2 seed is Chris Adonis and Tyrus, which Tyrus is the current, he's the current NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. not really a big fan of him being the top champion, but it is what it is. But yeah, these two are a tag team. Very interesting combination. Chris Adonis, also known as, Chris Masters, the Masterpiece back in WWE. But yeah, two names I'm definitely familiar with. Okay, the number 3 seed is the combination of Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch. Wow, Mike Knox I have not seen since ECW back before it went under. Of course, not the original ECW, but, that new Vince McMahon ECW that definitely doesn't compare to the old school ECW. But yeah, I haven't seen Mike Knox in forever. Like, when I saw that he was announced, I was like, dang, that's a name I haven't heard in forever. And, of course, Trevor Murdoch, who's a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So, Trevor Murdoch used to team up with Lance Cade back in the WWE. So, he's a name that I was familiar with as well. Okay, next up, at the number 4 seed, we have, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but Los Jinetes del Aire. But it's the team of Myzteziz Jr. and Octagón Jr., who are apparently from AAA, from the AAA promotion. But they are the number 4 seed. Never heard of either of them, so definitely I'm going to keep an eye on them. Okay, next up, for the number 5 seed, we have the team A Cut Above, which is made up of Rhett, Titus, and the current NWA World Television Champion, Thom Latimer. Now, of course, Thom Latimer, familiar name, a.k.a. used to be Bram back in Impact Wrestling. He was definitely somebody that I remember seeing at the Crockett Cup 2019. If I remember correctly, he was teamed up with Royce Isaacs in that tournament, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Thom Latimer, very, very familiar name. Same thing with Rhett Titus, which, Rhett Titus, right now he's been wrestling in ROH and, definitely a familiar name. So, interesting pairing there. Rhett Titus and Thom Latimer. Okay, the number 6 seed, we have the Mortons, the father-son team of Rock and Roll Express's Ricky Morton and his son, Kerry Morton, who is the current NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. Now, I've gotten to see these two wrestle quite a lot, not only as singles competitors, but also as a tag team. And yeah, definitely they're the real deal. Ricky Morton can still go. Robert Gibson can still go as well. But yeah, Kerry Morton, I definitely like him. I got my first taste of him back when I went to an MLW show when they came to Concord. So got a chance to see him for the first time. And also saw him again via GCW. So yeah, father-son duo. I love it. Okay, the number 7 seed is the team of the Country Gentlemen, AJ Cazana and Anthony Andrews, who are the current NWA United States Tag Team Champions. Wow, so they have NWA World Tag Team Champions and NWA United States Tag Team Champions. Interesting. But never heard of this tag team, so there'll be a new introduction for me. The number 8 seed is a team of masked guys, Carnage and Damage, and the name of the team is Blunt Force Trauma. Wasn't Blunt Force Trauma one of the old finishers of LA Knight back when he was Eli Drake? So now they made a tag team, Blunt Force Trauma? Interesting. But Whatever. Blunt force trauma. Yeah. The number 9 seed is a team called Idolmania Sports Management, made up of Cyon and Jordan Clearwater. I think Cyon or Cyon. I think it's Cyon. Jordan Clearwater, that name sounds familiar, but that's kind of a weird name for a tag team. Idolmania Sports Management. Okay. The number 10 seed is Kratos and Odinson. Kratos as in J.R. Kratos. So he's a name that I'm familiar with. Seen him quite a bit in New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially through NJPW Strong. So name I recognize. Odinson, not so much. But looks like quite a powerhouse team. But they're the number 10 seed. We got an interesting team of, also from Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide, the team of Arez and Toxin. Arez is I'm familiar with that name. Toxin, not so much. So it'll be my first time seeing them as a tag team. The number 12 seed is a team called the Fixers, made up of Jay Bradley and Wrecking Ball Legursky. Never heard of them. Have no idea. The number 13 seed is the team of Savages, SVGS, made up of Blake Troop and Jax Dane. Oh yeah, I remember Jax Dane. He actually competed in the Crockett Cup 2019, and Crimson was actually his tag partner at the time. So yeah, Crimson and Jax Dane. I do remember that. Good to see Jax Dane back in this tournament. That's pretty cool. I've never heard of Blake Troop before, but hey, it's cool to see that he's in this Crockett Cup. Okay, the number 14 seed is the team of Magnum Muscle, which is made up of Dak Draper and Mims, which Dak Draper I'm familiar with, which I believe at the last Top Prospect tournament they had in ROH, I believe he won that tournament. So Dak Draper, familiar name, saw quite a bit in ROH. Mims, never heard of. So interesting tag team, Magnum Muscle. Neat name. Okay, next up we have another very interesting tag team. At the number 15 seed, the team of Jinetes and Max the Impaler. Wow, good to see Max the Impaler in this tournament. Like, wasn't too long ago that Max the Impaler was Princess Tag Team Champion with Heidi Howitzer as part of the Wasteland War Party, but fortunately they lost the titles to Maki Ito and Miyu Yamashita at Grand Princess 23. But yeah, so they are back in the tournament, back in the Crockett Cup. So Jinetes, Max the Impaler. Let's do it. All right, the number 16 seed is a team called the Flippin' Psychos, made up of Flip Gordon and Fodder. Of course, Flip Gordon is a name that I'm familiar with. Watched him a lot back in ROH. He was part of Control Your Narrative, but of course, that pretty much went under, if I remember correctly. But never heard of Fodder. But Flip Gordon, which I saw him in the Crockett Cup 2019, he was actually teamed up with Bandito. So, which was a very cool combination, if you ask me. But yeah, Flippin' Psychos. I like the name. Definitely like the name. Okay, next up, the number 17 seed is the team called Sent to Slaughter, made up of Sean Donovan and Dan Maff. Dan Maff, I I've seen a couple of times via ROH, so another familiar name. Sean Donovan, never heard of him. But Dan Moff, dude's a beast. I remember he beat Alex Shelley in ROH. I remember watching that singles match. I can't, like, that was crazy. He was able to pull that off. The number 18 seed is a team called The Now, made up of Hale Collins and Vic Delicious. Wow. But yeah, they're called The Now. Never heard of them, so this will be new to me. The number 19 seed is a team called the Spectaculars, made up of Brady Pierce and Rush Freeman. Never heard of them. Never heard of them. Let's see. The number 20 seed is the team of TNT, which is made up of Devon Dudley's sons, Terrence and Terrell Hughes. So, good to see them again. I haven't seen them since AEW. I remember they were in AEW a couple of times on Dark and Dark Elevation. So, it's actually good to see them again. TNT. Right on. So, definitely be keeping my eye on them. All right, the number 21 seed is a team of Yabo the Clown and Ruffo the Clown. Yeah, you heard right. You heard right. A clown tag team. What is this, Doink and Dink 2.0? Oh, man. The number 22 seed is a team that I'm actually very familiar with, the Heat Seekers, made up of Elliot Russell and Max Sigmund. I actually got a chance to see them wrestle, let's see, GCW, if I remember correctly, and also PWX. Saw them wrestle a lot in PWX. They're a great tag team. They were actually former PWX tag team champions. So, definitely a tag team that I'm very familiar with, and it's cool. It's actually really cool to see them in this Crockett Cup. So hey, I'm gonna be keeping my eye on them. Okay, the number 23 seed is the team of Magic Jake Dumas and Brian Brock. Never heard of either of them. No idea. And then finally, so for the 24th seed, they're actually going to have a triple threat match involving 3 teams where the winning team will become the 24th seed. So the teams for this triple threat match, we got the team of Daisy Kill and Talos, never heard of either of them, versus the Miserably Faithful, made up of Sal the Pal and Gags the Gimp, versus the team of Jeremiah Pluckett and Eric Jackson. Okay, where the heck did these tag teams come from? Like, and some of these names are just like, huh? But anyway, yeah. So the winner of that triple threat match will become the 24th seed. But yeah, these are some very interesting tag teams. I have no idea who's really the favorite to win, but yeah. Anyway, let's actually take a look at this bracket because I'm curious. Let's see. Let's get a little zoom in, because yeah, I want to show off the bracket right quick. So check this out. Okay, here is the bracket that they have, and like I said, I'll put a link in the description of how you can get the bracket. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. It's on the NWA webpage. But anyway, let's take a look at the bracket. So let's look at the left side. So let's see. Looks like these first round matchups. So the 16th and 17th seed will go at it, which is Fodder and Flip and Moff and Donovan. And then the winner of this match will face the number 1 seeded La Rebellion, the current NWA World Tag Team Champions. And then the 9th seed of Cyon and Jordan Clearwater will actually face the winner of that triple threat match, who becomes the 24th seed. And then the winner of this match will advance on to face Blunt Force Trauma at the 8th seed. Okay, we got the number 13 Savages and the number 20 TNT. They will face each other, and then the winner will move on to the next round to face Octagón Jr. and Myzteziz Jr. from the AAA promotion. Okay, and we got the number 12 seed, the Fixers, versus the Clown duo, number 21 seed, Yabo the Clown and Ruffo the Clown. And then the winner of this team will actually move on to the next round to face the number 5 seed, a cut above, which is, Rhett Titus and Thom Latimer, the current NWA World Television Champion. And that's pretty much the left side of the bracket. And then the right side of the bracket. So you got number 15 seed and number 18 seed will battle it out. 15 being Jinetes and Max the Impaler taking on the Now. And the winner will advance to the next round and take on the number 2 seeded team of Tyrus, the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, and Chris Adonis. All right, we got the number 10th seed taking on the number 23 seed. So we got Kratos and Odinson taking on Magic, Jake, Dumas, and Brian Brock. And then the winner of this match will move on to the next round to face the NWA United States Tag Team Champions, the Country Gentlemen, who have the number 7 seed. All right. So we got the 14th seeded Magnum Muscle taking on the 19th seeded Spectaculars. And the winner will move on to the next round and face the number 4 seeded Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch. And then finally, the team of the 11th seed Toxin and Arez taking on the number 22 seeded Heat Seekers. Winner of this match will move on to the next round to face the number 6 seeded father-son duo of the Mortons, Ricky Morton and Kerry Morton. So that is your bracket for the 2023 NWA Crockett Cup. I'm definitely looking forward to this tournament. Like I said, I've been to the one in 2019 where they held that in the Cabarrus Arena in Concord, North Carolina. But this time it'll be at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which I have been to before because they actually had the DPW first anniversary show at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. Pretty decent venue overall. It was all right. It was a pretty decent venue. I wouldn't compare it to the Cabarrus Arena in Concord, but it was a decent venue. But yeah, that'll do it for Crockett Cup talk. Like I said, I'll be there front row both nights, June 3rd and 4th. But I have to, before I conclude this video, I got to talk a little bit about the promo videos from the 4 ladies that will be competing in the NJPW Strong Women's Championship Tournament that'll take place at NJPW Strong Resurgence on May the 21st, this Sunday. And once again, your competitors: Mercedes Monet, Stephanie Vencoeur, Momo Kogo, and Willow Nightingale. Of course, Mercedes Monet, definitely liked her promo. Definitely was a Mercedes-like promo. So I thought that was solid. Stephanie Vencoeur's promo, which, I mean, it was all in Spanish, so I really couldn't understand anything she was saying. They say that she's the, one of the best in Mexico. I've never heard of her. Well, no, let me correct myself. I've heard of her. I've never really seen her in action, so I'm very curious to see how she matches up against Mercedes Monet. That's her first round matchup. Willow Nightingale, saw her promo. Hers was pretty cool. Definitely was a Willow Nightingale-like promo. She mentioned Ring of Honor. She didn't really mention AEW. I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, just had to point that out. But it was pretty much, a great promo from her. But I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. The best promo was definitely from the Peach Star Momo Kogo. She did her promo in English. Not only that, but Momo Kogo's whole demeanor was very serious, very focused, and I tell you, she was very clear with her English. And I really like how she mentioned about how Mariah May back in Stardom called her a loser, and just, she had the injury at All-Star Grand Queendom, and was definitely able to bounce back. They showed some of her training videos, and yeah, I don't know about y'all, but maybe, just maybe, we're about to see a whole totally new and improved, different, more fierce attitude Momo Kogo. I think we're looking at a more potentially aggressive, focused Peach Star in Komomo. And I love it. I loved that promo she gave. Hands down. Out of the 4 promos, she had the best. She might not end up winning the Strong Women's Championship, but she definitely had the best promo out of the 4 ladies. Hands down. But whether she wins or not, which, like I said, I still believe Mercedes Monet is going to win, I hope she comes back to Stardom like new and improved, new attitude, more serious, more focused, and hopefully she starts racking up some wins. I would love to see that out of Momo Kogo. They really dropped the ball with Waka Tsukiyama and the whole Waka Mania, but I think they have an opportunity to not only bring back Momo Kogo, a whole different, new and improved wrestler, but also get her back in title contention, perhaps maybe even for the High Speed Championship. I would love to see that. I really would. But we'll see what happens. And I'll let y'all be the judge as well. I'll put the links to all 4 promo videos. I would love to get y'all's opinions on each of them. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, don't forget to check out the link for Game Beauty and also the links to NWA website, which will have the Crockett Cup there, where you can download a PDF file. And also, I'll also list the names in the description as well for the seating. And I'll also list the links for the Resurgence promos from the 4 ladies. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know what y'all think. What do y'all think about the announced teams for the Crockett Cup 2023? How do you think the seeding was done? Who is your pick to win the whole tournament? Who do you think's going to win the whole tournament? And going back to the ladies competing for the Strong Women's Championship, who do you like? Who do you think's going to win? For another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace out.